I would ask everyone to please stand while we have the singing of O Canada. Jasmine. Wow. It's a hard act to follow. Jasmine, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Please be seated. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the unceded territory and ancestral home of our Mi'kmaq Nation. Our relationship is based on a series of peace and friendship treaties between the Mi'kmaq Nation and the Crown dating back to 1725. In Nova Scotia, we recognize that we are all treaty people. I want to offer a very warm welcome to our graduates, family, friends, and special guests who are joining us here today, and for everyone who's tuning in through the live stream from around the world. Thank you so much for being a part of this very special day as we celebrate the class of 2019. Bienvenue, Epshilase. My name is Mary Thompson, and I'm privileged to be the principal here at NSCC Burridge Campus in Yarmouth and our Digby site, as well as the Shelburne campus. This is a very special day for our graduates. We celebrate their success, hard work, and dedication in meeting their respective program requirements. At this time, I will now like to introduce the stage guests. I will ask each person to rise as I announce their name, but if you would hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Starting on the front row to my near right, Mel Pache, Academic Chair. Ron Kelly, Academic Chair. David Saxton, Honorary Diploma Recipient. Don Bureau, NSCC President. Bob McCachran, NSCC Board of Governors Board Chair. Sarah Lynn Dedrick, Alumni Representative. Anna Burke, Vice President Academic. Catherine McLean, Vice President Campuses and Communities. Rosalind Penfound, Vice President Organizational Development. Monica Foster, Vice President College Services and CFO. And now in the second row, starting at my far right, we have Tara Keener, the Dean of School of Access. Scott McPherson, Dean, School of Business. Lucy Canary, the Dean of Trades and Technology. Ian McLeod, the Dean of the School of IT and Creative Industries. Elizabeth Yo, the Director of Student Services. Christine Arsenault, the Director of Enrollment and Registrar. Jennifer Gable, Assistant Registrar. Rob Angove, the Manager of Student Services. And Lisa Boyle, Manager of Teaching and Learning. . Each year, our campus welcomes new faces, all eager, many anxious, and filled with a very infectious enthusiasm. But by the time we see those faces cross the stage at Convocation, we see that enthusiasm, but the anxiousness is now gone, and we see a newfound confidence. That makes this day extremely rewarding for me and for the college community here. From our amazing faculty and dedicated staff at our campus to the campuses and colleagues provincially, our faculty across the campuses, we have many faculty here today, as well as our colleagues from across the province. We all play a role in supporting your journey to graduation, and we want to say a big thank you. I would also ask at this time if I could have our campus faculty and staff stand to be acknowledged. Graduates, today is the next step in your journey. As you step on to the next phase of your life, we are pleased that we've been able to be a part of that journey. Your work at the college has helped lay a foundation for you in the future, but never stop learning. Take every opportunity. Our communities need you in all that you bring. Be active in all that you do. Step up and step forward. Don't wait for someone else to ask. If you sit on the sidelines, you might just be there for a long time. You have shown you're up to the challenge. Every challenge should be an opportunity. Make the most of it. Ultimately, it's thanks to your inner strength that each of you found balancing the competing priorities, whether it was caring for family, holding down a part-time job, lengthy travel to get to your campus, or time, or just health challenges, or just all the stresses that come with studying. You still managed to meet your deadlines, you stayed on top of your workload, and you made it through those late night study sessions while holding down all those things, and now you can say, I did it. Today, we're also welcoming our students who are graduating from programs that they studied online. I want to extend a warm welcome to my colleague Tricia Donovan, our eCampus principal, who's in attendance today. Leadership is important, and at this time I would like to acknowledge our student leadership on our campus. I would ask Student Association President Alicia Monteith to stand and be acknowledged. Alicia? Alicia graduates today from the Social Services program. It's also at this time of the year that we sometimes have to say goodbye to faculty and staff that have been members of our campus family, supporting students and contributing to student success and campus life. This year we have 4 retirements. Dave Crabb and Alyssa Cleveland, both faculty. Connie Geddes, our Adult Learning Program Counselor, and Ron Kelly, Academic Chair. I would ask that Dave, Alyssa, and Connie and Ron stand to be recognized. As our president, Don Bureau, has often said, we take community in our name very seriously. This is a special community, and while we always have our share of challenges, by working as a supportive family, it makes those successes at the end of each academic year so much more special. Congratulations to the class of 2019. You've accomplished so much, and you should be so proud. Please know that all your college family here on stage and in the audience are thrilled with what you've done and are so excited to see you shine today. Again, we are so glad that all of you have taken time to support the graduates in person and online. And when we hand out our credentials, we invite you to take a photograph of your graduate as they receive their credential. You can come up to the stage. We also will be streaming this later on our YouTube channel, and so if you're tweeting, don't forget to use the hashtag NSCC Grad. We would also ask at this time, this is a really important day, so as your grad gets their credential, if you return to your seat, and we ask that everybody stay for the whole ceremony. It makes it that much more important when everybody is here to celebrate all of our grads. So again, thank you all for being here, and now it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium our President, Don Bureau.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mary. Graduates, I have to tell you that it's such an honor for me to be part of your celebration today, to be here with family and friends and loved ones. You know, as president of the college, addressing the graduating class of 2019 is simply the highlight of my year. And to be honest, as I was preparing my speech for this morning's ceremony, I was getting a bit nervous a few weeks ago, so I sought the advice of one of my children. You see, my youngest child, Matthew, graduated a couple of years ago from NSCC, and I said, Matthew, what advice do you have for your father as I write my speech? And I want to be compelling, I want to be engaging with my speech. And he said, well, Dad, my advice would be this. He said, if you try, you should be trying to be interesting. He said, you should try to be inspiring, but he said, there's not much time, so you should try to be quick. So I said, Matthew, I'm not sure if I can be inspiring, interesting, and quick. And he said, well, just be quick then. So this morning I'm taking my son's advice, and I want to share with you a quick story. And this is a quick story that some of my colleagues have heard in the past. It's one of my favorite stories because I think it's very pertinent to what's happening in the world today. It's called the Patch Story. And it talks about taking action to have a positive impact on others. So a few years ago, I had the pleasure of having lunch with a very wonderful woman. Her name is Valerie Jarrett. And like me, many of you may not have heard of Valerie Jarrett before. I hadn't when I had lunch with her. But Valerie was known as the shadow of the former President Barack Obama because for 8 years, she was his senior advisor. And she was in Halifax giving a speech. Now, Valerie grew up, she was born and she grew up for the first 5 years of her life in Iran. Her parents were both Americans, and when she was 5 years old, her family moved back to the US and they moved to Chicago. And as a young girl, Valerie had her whole life planned out. She was to complete high school, go on to post-secondary, go to law school, become a lawyer, get married, have a family, work for a major law firm and make $1 million a year. And everything worked out perfectly except for the marriage. And she found herself as a single mom making $1 million a year, being miserable, working for a large law firm. One day she quit her job, she went to work with the city of Chicago. It was actually a pretty good job, actually. Working for the city of Chicago. Now, this is a family show. Let's get it back on the rails here now. And in her new job, she was making about 1/10 of her salary, but she was very happy. And one day, while she was looking to interview for a new position in her department, a young woman came into her office for the interview, and that young woman's name was Michelle. And after about 5 minutes, she offered Michelle the job because Michelle was so bright, and of course, that Michelle was Michelle Obama. And after a little while, Valerie and Michelle and Barack became very close friends. In 2008, when Barack Obama decided to run for president, he asked Valerie, would you please take a 6-month leave of absence and come help me with my campaign? Valerie said she would. As I mentioned earlier, she ended up staying the entire 8 years with Barack Obama while he was president. And Valerie told us a story that back in 2008, just after completing a speech, Barack Obama was leaving a hotel in Chicago and he got onto an elevator. And on that elevator, there was an elevator operator by the name of Earl Smith. When the elevator doors closed, Earl Smith presented the presidential candidate with a little military cloth patch. And he said to Barack Obama, he said, sir, this patch kept me safe during the Vietnam War. It kept me safe ever since. I want you to have this patch. It will keep you safe as you undertake your very important work. Barack Obama said, I couldn't possibly take it, but he relented and he did. And I want to now fast forward time 4 years. It's now 2012. Barack Obama has won his second presidential election. Him and Valerie are in the Oval Office talking about the inauguration ceremony. And the president says to Valerie, "Do you remember that gentleman who gave me that patch 4 years ago? Why don't we go find him and invite him to the ceremony for the inauguration?" And Valerie says, "Sir, are you crazy? We have no idea who that man was. We have no idea where he lives. We can't find him." And the president, with a little smile on his face, said, "We have the FBI and CIA at our disposal. Valerie, go find him." Well, she was getting up from her seat and she was leaving the office, and just before she left the Oval Office, she looked around and she said, "By the way, Mr. President, what did you ever do with that little cloth patch that man gave you?" And the president reached into his pocket and he pulled out the cloth patch with a whole handful of other trinkets. There was a marble, there was a lucky poker chip, there was a set of rosary beads, and these were items that people had given him over his years of public service. And they all had a deeply profound impact on him because they reminded him about the important work that he was doing. Because you see, he thought that his work was simply to serve and have a positive impact on others. Well, the important thing that we have to keep in mind is you don't have to be the most important person in the world to have a positive impact on others. Earl Smith that day did not know that simply that humble act of giving the presidential candidate that little patch of such a positive impact on Barack Obama. In fact, here at NSCC, we have examples every single day, and we need not look very hard of people having a positive impact on others. Whether they're amazing faculty and staff having a positive impact on you, our students, as you completed your program, or whether it was you, your students, having a positive impact on your peers as they completed assignments and studied for tests. And as I think about the positive impact that you as students have had during your time here, there's one particular example that I want to recognize. Because you see, at the core of who we are as a college, we strive to be an accessible institution to help our students overcome barriers that they face as they pursue a post-secondary education. And to that end, a few years ago, we launched Make Way. And Make Way was a fundraising campaign where we committed to raising $25 million to help our students overcome barriers. And I'm very proud to say that we recently celebrated the completion of that campaign, and we raised over $33 million to help our students. And a key group of contributors to that success has been you, our students, because you see, your student associations, on behalf of each and every one of you, has contributed $500,000 over the next 5 years to that campaign. And I think that deserves a big round of applause. So thank you very much. You know, graduates, I hope you know that your very generous gift will make a significant impact for years to come on the future lives of students who are seeking a better life through education. As we look to the future, our ask of you is that you please never stop using your education and many gifts to have a positive impact on others as they try to overcome adversity. As I think of being kind and helping others, graduates, whether they are family, friends, or loved ones joining us today, there are people who have shown you these virtues during your time here at NSCC. So to our graduates, I have one final assignment for you to complete before you officially complete your program. I want you to think for a moment of that person or persons who is joining us today who has shown you kindness and generosity and who has had a positive impact on you while you were completing your studies. I've asked you to think of that person or persons because we have a tradition at NSCC, a tradition where I ask the graduating class to please stand and give a wave of gratitude to somebody in the audience as a way to say thank you for their positive impact on you. So graduates, as your final assignment, would you please stand and give somebody a wave to say thank you. Congratulations, I can now say you've officially completed your program. Well done. And before I conclude, there's one other important group of individuals joining us this morning that I want to recognize. You see, for decades, our alumni have been using their many gifts and their passions to have a positive impact in their communities. And they've made better lives more accessible for those around them. So I want to acknowledge our alumni who are joining us this morning. If you are a past graduate of NSCC or any of our predecessor institutions or schools, or a graduate of CCEDP, would you please now stand to be recognized? So in conclusion, graduates, I want to share with you one other comment that Valerie shared with us that morning a couple of years ago. She was asked, when working in the White House, did the 8 years go by fast or did the 8 years go by slow? She thought for a minute and she said, you know, the 8 years went by just like that. But she said, some days they lasted forever. And I think that's true for life in general. So graduates, after walking across this stage this morning, please don't wait until tomorrow to act. Start today and continue to have a positive impact by paying forward the many gifts and abilities that you have to make the world simply a better place. Congratulations, and thank you for allowing NSCC to be part of your learning journey. Thank you very much.
Graduates, family, friends, faculty, staff, and honored guests. In a few minutes, we will present our graduates with their diplomas and certificates. But before we do that, it is my distinct pleasure today to present the highest recognition the community college bestows on a citizen, the NSCC Honorary Diploma. An honorary diploma recognizes outstanding leadership and service to our community. It is reserved for those who, through their own innovation and commitment, have contributed to the quality of life in Nova Scotia. In every aspect, this year's honorary diploma recipient is an outstanding candidate for such recognition. Today, on behalf of the School of Business, it is my privilege to present David Saxton with an NSCC honorary diploma. As a graduate of St. Mary's University and a fellow of the Chartered Professional Accountants of Nova Scotia, David Saxton has a keen interest in community building. After spending nearly 40 years working as a professional accountant for corporations, not-for-profit organizations, and local governments, David now provides financial advice to individuals and empowers entrepreneurs to build southwestern Nova Scotia. He's an active volunteer who has served as a member and past president of the Yarmouth Rotary Club and the Yarmouth YMCA. And he's lent his talents to organizations such as the Yarmouth Hospital Foundation, the Western Regional Enterprise Network, the Nova Scotia Health Employees Pension as a trustee. At the college, David is a current chair of the NSCC Foundation's Board of Directors, and he is also an active member of our campus local Make Way Appeal campaign. In his role, David has been an influential force behind the campaign's success. Through his work, David has helped the foundation realize over $33 million in donations that will be used to improve access to education for all Nova Scotians. Of that $33 million, approximately $640,000 was raised and spent and will be spent right here at Burridge Campus and the Digby Learning Site to directly support our local students through bursaries, urgent aid, innovative programming, and spaces along with new equipment. For 2 years, Dave served as the chair of our Board of Governors, where he led the work on a number of policies and procedures that have directly influenced the college's ability to enhance the social and economic well-being of Nova Scotia. His impact will be felt at NSCC for many years to come. Today, I'm going to ask Bob McCauley, Board of Governors, our board chair, to come forward and ask Dave to stand and have Bob present to Dave his honorary diploma. Now I will ask Dave to come to the podium and say a few words. Dave.
I want to thank the Board of Governors, Chairman Bob McCauley, and the Burridge Campus and the NSCC leadership for deciding to award me the honorary diploma. I've been involved with NSCC as a board member and now with the NSCC Foundation for over 13 years. And it has been a very gratifying voluntary experience for me. I've been able to witness firsthand the growth and success of your college, the completion of the Ivany campus, and the many new programs and opportunities that were introduced for students are highlights, along with the overwhelming success of the Make Way campaign. I was there in the planning stages, and the campaign demonstrated so clearly what Nova Scotians feel about NSCC by donating over $33 million, as Don has already told you. The college truly holds a soft spot for many as they witness the impact on changing the lives of students, and they wanted to be part of that success. I've come to appreciate the culture of NSCC and the strong desire of management and staff throughout the organization to make each student's experience positive and prepare them for a successful career. As a board member, our reward as volunteers was to attend convocation like today and witness the joy and hope on the face of each graduate. Looking out on the 2019 Burridge graduates, I see that same glow, and I want to wish you all the best. I am so proud of my diploma as you will be of yours. Have a great future, and a big thanks to all.
Good morning, everyone. Before I introduce the first graduate, the audience should know that it is our custom to invite faculty members who have taught our graduates to join us on stage to congratulate them as each program group is presented. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Access. Mr. President, the candidates for the Nova Scotia High School Graduation Diploma for Adults. Kennedy Allen. Heather Blavelt. Christopher Clements. Anne Cook. Nikki Davis. Jenny Doucette. Yvonne Goodwin. Holly LeBlanc. Chelsea McIsaac. Lisa Muse. Thomas Muse. Jeannie Mullen. Courtney Pelly. Stephanie Cisco. Stephen Cisco. Robbie Tebow. Madison Trask. Mr. President, the graduates in Nova Scotia High School Graduation Diploma for Adults. For the information of the audience, those students who attained honors standing have this designation noted in the program. Congratulations to your outstanding academic performance. Students whose names appear in the program but who are unable to be with us today are automatically admitted to their respective certificates or diplomas. Now, Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate of Completion in Achieve, beginning with Jean-Luc Amiro. Sonnet Boudreau. Brianna Cleveland. Nathan Copage. Deacon Kroll. Réal Leblanc. Derek Nickerson. Tiffany Lynn O'Connell. Benjamin Thibault. Mr. President, the graduates in Achieve.
Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for the credentials in the School of Business. Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate in Office Administration, Jordan Amiro. Christine Babin. Christine Balderstadter. Morgan Bond. Chrissy Chandler. Abby Dontermont. Catherine Foote. Brittany Foster. Michaela Frost. Corinne Hubbard. Lori LeBlanc. Amelia McCackern. Lonnie Malone. Medea McGarvey. Susie Olson. Tara Owen. Paige Sherman. Danielle Surrett. Jessica Tidd. Erica Townsend. Mr. President, the graduates in office administration. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in business administration, Erica Amiro. Invited guests, it is a tradition at Nova Scotia Community College that when a member of the staff has a family member graduating, we offer them the opportunity to participate in the ceremony and present the credential. Shaylin Henniger. Carrie Ann Malone. With a concentration in accounting, Leanne Brooks. Kata Burns. Brett Goodwin. Candace Horton. Michelle Mitchell. Chelsea Murray. Amber O'Neill. With a concentration in financial services, Kirkland D'Entremont. With a concentration in management, Jonathan Nelson. With a concentration in marketing, Tyler Doucette. Jose LeBlanc. Malcolm Seaboyer. Mr. President, the graduates in business administration. Mr. President, the candidate for the diploma in Library and Information Technology, Robin Levy-Pye. Mr. President, the graduate in Library and Information Technology.
Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Health and Human Services. Mr. President, the candidate for the Certificate of Accomplishment in Early Childhood Education, Level 1, Gloria Babin. Mr. President, the graduate in Early Childhood Education, Level 1. Now, Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate in Continuing Care, beginning with Amber Amiro. Cassidy Bright. Amelia Burrell. Ashley Canning. Chelsea Dauphiny. Cassandra DeVoe. DeVoe. Michaela Doucette. Stephanie G. Desiree Gessner. Kelly Gorham. Chelsea Hubie. Crystal Langdale. Ashley Marshall. Victoria Moore. Rebecca Porter. Samantha Schlosser. Jade Smith. Shelby Smith. Kayla Terrio. Natasha Thibodeau. Michel Vacon. Kaylee Van Noorden. But not least. Megan Walker. Mr. President, the graduates in continuing care. Now, Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in cosmetology, beginning with Amy Bork. Taylor Cherney. Autumn Hatfield. Sarah James. Brooke Lawson. Alana Mullen. Jevin Steele. Morgan Stewart Best. Tiffany Stewart. Mr. President, the graduates in cosmetology. Now, Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Criminal Justice, beginning with Ali Ebert. Kelsey Hamilton. Shayna Haru. Rylan Jackard. Jesse Johansson. David Outhouse. Mackenzie Pulley. Mr. President, the graduates in criminal justice. Now I present to you, Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Early Childhood Education, beginning with Kelsey Beliveau. Angela Berry. Kylie Woodrow. Erica Earl. Anne Bork joins us now to present her cousin, Kara Frost, with her diploma in early childhood education. Vicky Bond LeBlanc joins us now to present her niece, Mariah Henley, with her diploma in early childhood education. Jasmine Huang. Katie Lowe. Rosella Melanson. Hannah Nickerson. Keisha Nickerson. Mr. President, the graduates in early childhood education. Now, Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Social Services, beginning with Kayla Brannon. Justin DeVoe. Melissa Earl. Angela Gowdy. Shailene Keating. André-Michel McCauley. Colette Melanson. Alicia Monteith. Neil Mullen. Tia Maria Pittman. Alexis Ryer. Alyssa Steffens. Abigail Tooker. Isabel Warren. Mr. President, the graduates in social services.
Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of IT and Creative Industries. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in Information Technology Generalist, Marcian Timo. Mr. President, the graduate in Information Technology Generalist. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Trades and Technology. Mr. President, the candidates for the certificate in Automotive Service and Repair, Owen Atkins. Calder Burke. Dustin Campbell. Calvin Fancy. Emma Haight. Bailey Hatfield. Adam Jarvis. Shelby Robbins. Keegan Shand. Jordan Sullivan. How you doing? Austin Tebow. Mr. President, the graduates in automotive service and repair. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in carpentry, Matthew Cuttrow. Regis Dugas. Ryan Gabriel. Zachary Melanson. Joshua Raymond. Best for last. Chandler Smith. Mr. President, the graduates in carpentry. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in welding. Simon Ann. Logan Bellevaux. Brian Kroll. Logan Duncanson. Roberta Lyons. Evan Noss. Derek Riddle. Noah Surratt. Garrett Weigel. Mr. President, the graduates in welding.
Mr. President, I present to you the following candidate who has completed all the requirements for credentials in organizational learning. Mr. President, the candidate for the Diploma in Community College Education, Teaching and Learning, Tanya Woodrow. Mr. President, the graduate in Community College Education, Teaching and Learning.
Mr. President, invited guests, I present to you the graduating class of 2019 Burridge Campus and the Digby Learning Center of the Nova Scotia Community College. Before proceeding to the presentation of the major awards, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the special accomplishments of a number of our graduates. A student success celebration was held at the campus on May 6th. I would ask those graduates who received awards or were recognized to please stand, and would everyone please join me in congratulating them on their success. I now have the sincere pleasure of introducing this year's major award winners. Our first two student awards, the Governor General's Academic Medal and the Nova Scotia Community College Gold Medal, acknowledge the highest academic achievement earned by a student. The Governor General's Academic Medal is awarded to a graduating student who has achieved the highest academic standing in a diploma program. This year's recipient is Sean Adams, Information Technology Generalist. Unfortunately, Sean couldn't be with us today, but we will make sure that he gets his award. We now welcome Anna Burke, Vice President Academic, to the front of the stage to present the Nova Scotia Community College Gold Medal. This is awarded to a graduating student of a college certificate program who has achieved the highest academic standing. This year's recipient is Jordan Amiro, Office Administration. Our next two student awards, the Board of Governors Award and the President's Award, acknowledge academic achievement and contribution to campus and community life. We now welcome Bob McEachern, NSCC Board of Governors Board Chair, to the front of the stage to present the Board of Governors Award. This is awarded to a graduating student of a college diploma program who has demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and contributed to campus and/or community activities. This year's recipient is Chelsea Murray, Business Administration, Accounting. We now welcome our President, Don Bureau, to the front of the stage to present the President's Award. This is awarded to a graduating student of a college certificate program who has demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and contributed to campus and/or community activities. This year's recipient is Keegan Shand, Automotive Service and Repair. We now welcome Sarah Lynn Diedrich, NSCC alumni, to the front of the stage to present the NSCC Alumni Award. This is awarded to a graduating student who embodies the NSCC alumni tradition of excellence and ambassadorship, and whose extraordinary contributions have inspired a sense of community and pride on campus. This year's recipient is Malcolm Seaboyer, Business Administration, Marketing. Mr. President and invited guests, I present to you the 2019 award winners. I now have the distinct honor of introducing this year's valedictorian. André-Michel McCauley was nominated this year as the Burridge Valedictorian and was chosen to represent the 2019 class. He's graduating today from our social services program. and his faculty had the following to say about him. André-Michel arrived to the social services program with passion, energy, and commitment. His positive attitude and demeanor are contagious, and he exhibits professionalism, compassion, and heart, both within the classroom and in the community. He is an advocate, an ally, a leader, a graduate, and a friend. Please welcome André-Michel McCauley.
Good morning, staff, faculty, and fellow graduates of NSCC, family, friends, and my outstanding classmates of 2019. We made it. Today is our day. 2 years ago, I arrived at NSCC Burridge Campus as a fresh and terrified student. I remember feeling overwhelmed with all the new faces and unfamiliar surroundings. I had the urge to turn back that day and head home, but I stayed because I needed to know what they were serving for lunch. But in all honesty, I arrived at NSCC with the fear of not being accepted. But it did not take long to realize that I was surrounded by people who wanted to make me feel welcomed, people who I would soon call family. Before I attended NSCC, I took 1 year of education at university. The experience was not at all what I thought it would be. I dropped out, and somehow, some way, I applied at NSCC. Upon my arrival, I knew very quickly that Nova Scotia Community College was going to become my home. I felt like I was part of a supportive community where I would walk down the hallway to only see people smile. NSCC has developed in its own personal ways. One way is from the faculty members, which are experts in their field. You can ask them any question, and they'll have an answer for you. But faculty members are capable of way more than just teaching material. They are leaders and will go to any extreme to support their students. Never in my entire life have I met such a dedicated team that wants to see their students succeed. This is what makes NSCC different from other educational settings. NSCC offers an experience that allows you to grow continually. Like Benjamin Franklin said, without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. NSCC has taught me thousands of amazing and useful things. But most importantly, NSCC has taught me when you want change, you are the change. During my 2 years at Nova Scotia Community College, my classmates and I were blessed with the best opportunities. We participated in many community projects. We had 9 weeks of field experience to enhance our learning, and we were able to connect with professionals working in our field of interest. We got our foot in the door, and many already have a job lined up for them in their future. When I think of my classmates, I only think happy thoughts. On day one, we did not know each other, but on this day, we know all our darkest secrets. Over the last 2 years, NSCC has brought the best in all of us. We are strong, we are courageous, we are powerful, but we are family. And I must say, it was an honor to be able to grow with all of you. And I have to add, I will always think of each and every one of you when I am creating SMART goals. When I'm living life to the fullest, wherever that may be, I know I will retain all the memories I created with my NSCC community. On days where I am feeling down, I'll think back to all the good laughs, great discussions, and how well I was treated at NSCC. Many of us may be saddened from the departure of this school, and it's okay to feel that way. I am too. Some might feel like they're going to leave so much behind, but let me reassure you, we are all leaving with new skills and knowledge that will allow us to reach our goals and be our best self. We are now qualified workers, and we can conquer anything we put our minds to. We all came to this school to pursue different careers and goals, but we finished with the same intention, to graduate. As I stand before you today, I would personally like to congratulate all the graduates for your hard work over the past years. All the dedication you have put into this journey has and will pay off. So please, each and every one of you, pat yourselves on the back and be proud of how far you have come. I hope you follow your dreams and are successful. I hope you all live life to the fullest and enjoy every single moment. To conclude, I would like to thank everyone who helped NSCC be a better place. Thank everyone who supported their students. And thank everyone that made our experience at NSCC memorable, because it has been a heck of a good experience. Thank you.
Thank you, André-Michel, for sharing your story with us today. I'll call on our principal, Mary Thompson, to present the Valedictorian Award.
I don't think I can top that. Thank you, André-Michel, for sharing your story with us today. It was really, really inspirational. This brings us to the end of today's convocation proceedings. After the proceedings, we invite everyone to come back to the campus and join us for a reception where there's some nice treats and great opportunities for photographs and a chance to share all the wonderful things that have taken place today. I want to thank everyone who's made our convocation such a special event. It really is an amazing day. Now, graduates, after you received your credential on stage today, you were presented with your alumni pin. Now, we hope that from this moment forward, you'll wear it proudly, because today, when you shed your gown, your connection with us does not end. Yesterday, you were students. Today, you're graduates. But forever, you're an NSCC alumni. Please stay in contact with us. So very proud of all of you. Congratulations. Now, as we're getting ready to bring the end to this fine morning, I want to say again a special thank you to all those folks here that came to support our graduates. Thank you. Merci. Walalan. Now, during our recessional, our stage guests, led by our president, will leave, followed by our faculty and then our graduates. We would ask that you all stand while the processional leaves. Again, thank you, congratulations, graduates. Our Convocation 2019 is now drawn to a close.